back to the BotchPod. This episode is brought to you by Game Day Hospitality.
Game Day Hospitality.
At Game Day Buffalo on Instagram. If you guys don't know, now you know.
You sure do.
The best tailgate party in Buffalo. Listen, if you're out of town, like by yourself, you don't know where to go.
Listen,
People DM me all the time about lots.
if
They don't know where
you're
to go.
by yourself at a tailgate, I'm telling you right now, I don't know why you're by yourself, but there's a solution. Game Day Hospitality. They're going to hook you guys up with everything you need to witness and experience the true Bills Mafia experience. Am I wrong?
I can't say you're wrong.
I tell no lies.
You tell no lies.
I sure don't.
When's the next home game? This comes out Tuesday, so
Next home game, I think we're playing we play the Jets out
it'll
of
be
town.
Vikings, right?
Vikings. I think we're playing the
So
Vikings.
this will be
The
coming out
Vikings.
before the Vikings game. Go to the Game Day Hospitality tailgate right next to O'Neill's on Abbott Road. $15 cover charge. You get in, food, drinks, TVs, live bands, everything. They push up to almost 1,000 people in that tailgate.
1,000.
crazy.
That's one with 3 zeros behind it. Hey, let's do a quick example. You're an out-of-towner, don't know what you're doing.
Okay.
You're showing up to the tailgate by yourself. You see me walking on the road with a 30-pack of Bud Light. Ask me.
Hey, not from around here. Where should I tailgate?
Oh, man, I'm actually heading over to the Game Day Hospitality tailgate right over around the corner here.
Oh, my God. That sounds like an amazing time.
Oh, it truly is an amazing time. You know what? It's only $15 to get in, and they have food and drinks in there.
I'm in. Bring me with you.
You want me to bring you with you? What team do you root for?
The Bills.
Are you sure?
100%.
Who's your favorite player?
Josh Allen.
All right, come on. You're valid. Let's go get in there. Listen, I'm telling you guys, if you're not there, I don't know where you are. If you're out in one of those other private lots, or God forbid the Bills lots, that's not where the party is. The party's at Game Day Hospitality. You need to be there or be square.
Link in the description to purchase your tickets for the Vikings game.
Are the mics working? Dude, oh my God, this is so botched.
Welcome back to the BotchPod, the worst podcast in the world. Another reoccurring guest today, Mr. SupChef himself.
Thanks for having me.
How's it going, brother?
Best day ever.
Best day ever.
Best day ever.
Not for me.
Worst day ever.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding.
Damn. Glad to be here, guys.
Good.
Glad to have you back, man. The last episode, for the people that saw it, we were drunk, especially me. I was hammered that episode. I'm drinking again only because these guys gave me a drink, but
I know.
it was my first
He
drink.
comes in and he's like, "Hey, you want some drinks?" I'm like, I'm trying to stay sober. But yeah, let's
Can't
do
turn
it.
down a free drink, you know. So
Drinks.
let's talk about. I want to talk about the knuckle puck
Yes.
first.
Yes.
Let's get that in there. So that is November 4th, correct?
Yeah.
Friday.
So, well, it's actually on Halloween. The real, important stuff starts. So, as you know, there's 10 players, local people of all different followings and business owners and stuff like that. We're all getting together, 10 of us, to raise money for Punt Pediatric Cancer. And on Halloween, leading up until the 4th, whoever, we're all going to raise money. And there's a cool leaderboard system. And whoever raises the most money is going to get some really great prizes.
I'm gonna win that. I have to win that because I know I'm not gonna beat you in knuckle puck or bubble hockey.
Quick
or
plug
whatever.
right now.
Yeah, I'll promote it on
okay.
social media.
Okay.
So I'm yeah. So we'll all try to raise money, and then there's going to be a bubble hockey tournament, a Super Checks tournament, which I'm pretty good at, but I have lost before, but it's an anyone's game. It's kind of like a foosball. You can be pretty good and still lose. But yeah, so we'll all get together for that, and the bubble hockey part is really just a celebration of the whole thing. There is some stakes because whoever wins that tournament gets the bubble hockey, like an actual one. So I'll ship that to you if you win it.
Ooh.
You can choose like a Sabres one or whatever, or maybe you want to get a Buffalo AF one, which is pretty cool, or a BotchPod one maybe.
Ooh.
If you win, but no, there's some other great prizes for the folks who fundraise, and that's really what's important to me. The bubble hockey thing is fun, but there's a bunch of different prizes from like 1 to I think almost all the way down to like 5 or 6. I think we have like a signed Knox jersey, Uni pizza oven. I'm giving away an Oculus and stuff. So just fun stuff that Spears & Co., who is my jewelry friend, he's giving away some stuff, which is always awesome to have some
Cool.
whatever you guys call it now, bling, ice, whatever. I'm old, so. But I'm definitely excited, and all the money is obviously going to punt, which means the world to me. And I'm hoping that we can give like $10,000+ to them.
Yeah, I definitely think we can.
Yeah.
Easy. So what exactly? I know punt is pediatric cancer. Can you touch on that a little bit?
Yeah. So I will very briefly because it's weird. So not to get off topic, but I can watch like a grown man on Reddit get eaten by 10 alligators and like be eating a cheeseburger and have no problem with that. But talking about punt pediatric cancer, I get like super emotional. So I don't want to get too deep into it. I don't want to cry in front of a bunch of grown men. But punt is, kids get sick, and a lot of times their family like virtually goes. Before these charities, they would go broke. They lose their jobs because they have to live in the hospitals. They have to pay for parking. They have to, Christmas, life goes on. And, and then the worst thing is like, your kid can get sick. You go broke trying to care for your kid, and then they die. And then you have to figure out a way to pay for their funeral. So punt has come in and, they do it all. They pay for people's like mortgages. They keep lights on for people's in their house if that happens. They do parking passes. They do Christmas gifts. They do funeral costs. They do everything. So I just think that they're like the best organization. And I've done some other charitable stuff, and you can tell there's multi-billion-dollar charity organizations that have these big fancy places and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And punt is not that. There's just 3 super scrappy people that make a huge impact in Western New York, and they mean the world to this community, and not even a lot of people know about it. So
no, that's awesome. They did. Are they the ones doing Knox socks too?
I got the Knox socks on today. So they did that. So I originally met them through. There's this business called the Annex in Wyoming County or something, and I just got introduced to them, and I was like, oh, cool, like it's a charity. I didn't know anything about it, and I got on the phone with them, and I was like bawling my eyes out and stuff. So I just felt called to help them, and so
That's awesome.
I think that it's just important for me. My life has been changed by like the circumstances and SupChef and stuff like that. So I feel so important for me to be like, do something in the community that makes an impact. So
100%. And I'm glad to help.
Thank you so much.
As possible. Dan's gonna donate. I'm gonna make him.
Yeah, and so
he's gonna be in the hospital if he doesn't donate.
We'll have to. And I'm sorry, like it's not the most energetic topic. It's kind of somber, but
no, it is.
The bubble hockey thing is just a fun way to get all of us get together and do something that's fun, that we can give back in a positive way. So
yeah, I'm excited. Who do you think is gonna win besides you?
The fundraising. So
No,
I think it's
the bubble hockey.
Oh, the bubble hockey.
Yeah. I know you're competitive, but so am I.
Yeah, I could see myself winning, but to be honest, like I don't know, like Caitlin Gentry, Tanner Gentry's
Yeah.
wife
Yeah.
from the Bills. She was beating me pretty bad. I whooped Tanner, and then she played me next, and she was beating me, just like spamming me. And I scored with 1 second left, took it to overtime, and then won. And Tanner Gentry was going wild in my studio. It was actually super fun. It's like a really competitive game. So like anybody can beat anybody. It's not like, you know, it's not like pool. Because if you're good at pool,
You're
Right.
fucking good.
you can smoke like people who just like, oh, I play pool once in a while, or
Yeah.
if I'm at, you know, whatever. But it's a game where like you can just kind of spam and get lucky and win. So I do think I have an advantage because I have a table at my house, but anybody can win that. I think the fundraising is interesting though, because there's like Bleach by Abigail and Buffalo Food Slut. Like they have like these, they're not like, they don't have like the world's biggest following, but like they have the most like
Loyal.
diehard
Looking-
people,
yeah,
you know, so they're
definitely.
sneaky in that, you know, because like Peter Spasta, who has 3 million followers, like they like the pasta. They're not like in it for the culture of like Bleach by Abigail, right? So
Right.
I think it's like it's actually a pretty even playing field for that. So
I think I'm gonna have a secret.
same with you though. By the way, same with you.
I'm gonna have a secret weapon though. Secret
weapon.
weapon. I'm not gonna say it because this episode's gonna drop before, like, right after fundraising starts.
Hell yeah.
So I'm not gonna say it, but I think I got a secret weapon to help me.
Really?
Get the fundraising.
Oh,
up, yeah.
Maddie Glab, she has some. I mean, she might just be able to ask a couple colleagues, and she had. So I thought that was a good point too. You know, you never know.
Yeah.
But no, everyone's super cool, and I'm definitely appreciative that you guys are just coming to do it. I think it's awesome. So
It'll be cool. It'll be
Yeah.
fun too.
hell yeah.
It's gonna be quite the day. I don't see you winning the bubble hockey.
Me either.
I really don't.
I'm probably gonna lose to like Abigail and like just smash your fucking bubble hockey.
Yeah,
thing
dude,
and just get
that's-
super mad.
Oh no. Don't do that.
smash it. Jesus.
No, we're gonna have a.
Rage.
It'll be awesome because we're gonna have really good food. We're gonna have all different types of. And I'll give a quick shout out to Tops, Community Beer Works, and Spears and Co. are sponsors of the event. So huge shout out to those guys for being like beacons in the community and giving money for this. They get PR out of it, but really nah. I mean, barely. I mean, they're just their heart's in the right place and. But yeah, so there'll be beer. There'll be lots of great good food.
I always see. Where is this going down? Sorry, I haven't been too informed because of.
Yeah,
we
no
haven't, like,
problem.
talked lately
Yeah,
for
it's
some reason.
the actual tournament's out at my studio, but
Okay.
the fundraising's all just online, and we
Alright.
have shirts too. We can
Okay.
buy those, and I'll share the link so you guys can share them with your community. I know you guys sell the shirts, but they're for a good cause. So.
Right. Of course. It'll be cool.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
It is a really good
Honestly.
idea.
I think we're gonna do it every year. You know, change up people, change up even potentially charities because oh man, I was at this other event and there was 10 or maybe 8 or something people competing in this event that I was a judge at. Me and Thurman Thomas were judges at this cooking contest, and he was like a vegan. So I don't know why he was there other than being Thurman Thomas, which is valid. But so yeah, they were like all the people got to, if you win, you get to donate the money that Tops and I put together towards the charity that they pick. And people were like, yeah, Punt Pediatric Cancer, some charity that helps like sex trafficked women, rescuing them and orphans and stuff. And like, so there's a lot of people out there that, you know, could use help, you know, and
Yeah.
so we'll see. I think we'll see how this goes, and we'll see how, I guess, the community, my community, and all your guys' followings and stuff, like, we'll see how it does, you know, and it's a ton of work. You know, this event was like a full-time job for the last, like, couple months, but
Yeah.
I'm happy to do it for sure.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it until we had that meeting, and you're like doing all these interviews on the news, and you're coming all the way down here to do
Yeah.
this, and you're just like all over the place, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
No,
Yeah.
but there's no place I'd rather be. Seriously, it's
Yeah.
like, this is awesome, and it's fun. It's fun to be able to have these conversations and go on the news and promote this thing, and so I'm definitely happy to be doing it. So
Not a bad day job.
yeah, exactly. Promoting my bubble hockey tournaments. I'm not complaining by any means. There could be worse jobs for sure.
Are you making any food for it?
I think so. Yeah, we're gonna have pizza and wings for sure from my local spot. I don't. Yeah, it's like I have like a tradition for. I don't know about you guys, but like I like going to the games, but like my favorite, Bills games, but like my favorite is to like watch a Bills game from my house. It's just I
Of
don't know,
course,
the most
yeah,
comfortable and
I know what you mean.
yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. It's just my favorite. So, but I always get the pizza from John and Mary's, which is like this local, I don't know, place or whatever. There's a bunch of them, but yeah. So we'll have wings and pizza from John and Mary's, which is like they're pretty good. And then we're gonna make some stuff as well. And then we have these super crazy cookies. I think they cost like they're donating to us, but I think they cost like $120 for a dozen cookies.
Holy shit!
Yeah, they're called Last Crumb. They're in Los Angeles. They're
Oh,
insane. They're
I've heard of
insane.
that.
They had sent me a package before, a PR package, and I was like, they are the greatest cookies you'd ever eat.
Really?
But I mean, $120 for a
That's
dozen cookies is a
fucking
lot.
wild.
I think they might even be $1.99. I'll have to
That's
double check, but
wild.
it's a lot.
Are they
But
like huge cookies?
they're good size and they have insane packaging and branding and I think there's like, Sex on the Beach. Like they're all different. They're not just like
Your
chocolate chip, red
traditional-
velvet or whatever, but
yeah.
we're gonna have those and awesome beer. Community Beer Works is gonna come and put up a display.
They
and
have some pretty good beer. Community Beer Works.
hell yeah,
They
yeah,
have some pretty good beer. And I
Yeah.
always see them doing shit like this too.
yeah.
Like, I see other beer breweries and stuff, but
I don't want to say like anything bad on other breweries, but like, they give a lot of money to athletes and stuff. But Community Beer Works is like super invested in the community, which is like, if you care about that kind of thing, it's cool.
right. I was gonna say I see them everywhere doing stuff.
Yeah,
They're pretty good with
they're
that with the
grinding it out.
community wise. I guess the Community Beer Works actually their
That
name
makes sense.
actually makes
I guess
sense
I
now.
didn't put that together.
I didn't either until I was sitting here thinking about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But they have the one beer. I'm trying to think what it's called. I'm not like a big
Well, they're
beer
putting out
guy.
they're putting out one beer, which is actually a huge haul. Like I can't imagine. I don't know anything about like the process of making beer, but they're putting out one beer per game, and it's like branded
they?
upon that matchup. Like so.
So like you and the Wings, basically, but you're doing
yeah,
every
exactly,
team.
exactly.
You're
So
just-
like the Bills versus the the Packers, they're making a beer for that.
Right.
It's really cool. So
That's
I
cool.
mean, putting out a beer every week, it seems
That's
like
crazy. It can't be easy.
No,
There's
it's-
no way.
I mean, it takes like I don't know. Doesn't it take like months? To
And
make?
that's- I
thought.
feel like that's
don't
like-
know.
I feel like it takes a while after you have your recipe, but then like if you have like a certain turnaround for like you got to taste test shit.
They might even just be like slightly like just rebranding it too. though.
Maybe.
I'm
I
not
don't
sure.
know.
I think they're like the beers are like, yeah. I'm not sure. I'd have to.
That's cool,
I'd
though.
have to look into it a little bit more. But
No, it is cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
So speaking on that, the Wings, how's that going? What day or not what day? What number team are you on right now?
well, you guys won't love hearing this, but the New England one should come out either today or tomorrow.
I'm with it.
Um,
I want to know what it is.
it's a clam chowder wing.
I'm not a big fan of clams, honestly.
So I know, but you're a picky eater, right? I remember, right?
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
that.
he is.
But no, they're actually really, really good. The best one so far was the Falcons one. I made
Peach.
Oh,
cobbler.
peach
yeah.
cobbler. I made a
I
peach
saw
cobbler,
that. Yeah.
and then I like turned it into a barbecue sauce, and that was like people love that one. The Bills one was obviously really good too,
yeah.
but that was by and large my favorite one was the peach cobbler barbecue one.
The Steelers one was cool.
Yeah, the black and
You
gold.
used real gold.
Yeah, real gold.
That was fucking
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
yeah.
How much do those little sheets cost?
No, they're not expensive because goods like by weight, and those are so light that when you open the paper, they like fly away.
Yeah.
It's like
Really.
yeah, it's weird. So you have to like, yeah, but like people put them on cakes and stuff or whatever.
I've seen people do those on like pizzas and stuff. Like
Oh yeah, we should. Yeah, I think I bought them to make gold wings, and it never happened. I used them in some chocolate recipe at some point, but I think it's a small pack of like 10 of those sheets is like I don't know $16 or something. It's not
Oh, yeah.
expensive. Yeah,
Okay.
it's not expensive at all. But relatively, they weigh like I don't know. They're almost unmeasurable in weight. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, like when I open the paper, the gold just like flies away. It's weird. So
that's funny.
But yeah. So the wings thing is pretty cool. I mean, I was hopeful that I think so. That'll be the 10th wing is the New England one, which would come out in the next couple days, and then it's a haul, man. 32 pieces of content is like quite a bit, and then I'm sure I'll make one for like the NFL, and then we'll see. I mean, if it keeps picking up steam, maybe I'd go to hockey or something, which I'm not necessarily the biggest hockey guy, but content's king.
Yeah,
so.
definitely.
Who was that guy that Steve Will Do It went with in, like, I think it was New York City? Remember, and they got the world's most expensive pizza? You remember that? I don't know. It was like the world's most expensive pizza.
Yeah, it's like truffles and gold and
Yeah,
stuff.
Mr.
like
Beast be doing
caviar
shit
and
like
shit,
that.
yeah.
That shit's crazy.
Yeah, the more it probably tasted like shit.
Probably.
Yeah, he said it did.
Yeah, but like you could get away with making some really expensive food, but it's mostly like for the appeal of like buying $1,000 slice of pizza or whatever.
Or the fucking taste, right? It's
Well,
like-
yeah, just like for the culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Doesn't make much sense to me. But that's what made me think of it. The gold flakes. It had like gold all over it
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You don't bake much, do you? You don't bake. at
No,
all?
hell no. It's a whole nother art. I mean, it's like science and patience and
Yeah.
discipline, and those are things I lack in my life. So, like just across the board. So I don't. Yeah, it's not for me. I always seem to screw everything up. So
Or breakfast.
breakfast, yeah. So breakfast is.
That's one thing that I've been telling you to do.
Yeah, no, I
too.
see it. I see
Because I
it.
love breakfast food.
Yeah.
I don't even eat breakfast unless it's like I'm hungover and it's like 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like lunch breakfast, but
I hate breakfast food.
I love breakfast food so
I
much.
am not like. I mean, I'll do it. Like, I just never go out of my way. Like,
Well, it's funny because I started my account making breakfast, basically.
Oh,
Like,
did you?
I'm not solely, but like it was just the easiest content for me to make. One of the biggest. There was a dude who reviewed breakfast sandwiches, like, no ketchup, like 4 out of 10. So like his name was Sham NYC. It was super popular, and I was like, this guy's like really big, and his videos were getting like millions of views, and that's in like 2020. So that was not like now to where. If I get 1 million views, I'm like, that's pretty cool. But like back then, out in 2019, 2020, I was like, my
definitely.
life's changing, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah, I saw him he was doing all these reviews and they were just getting viral and viral and viral. So I was like studying, like I watched like all of them and I figured out what exactly he wanted. So I made a video, and then he had like all these things where if you didn't put ketchup on it, he would knock points off. If you didn't have a beverage, he would knock points off. So I was like, okay, so I figured out the formula. I made it, and I was like the first 10 out of 10 on his channel, and it had like 1 million likes. So
Damn.
that's a lot of views.
That's a lot of views
I think
for 1 million
so.
likes. Yes.
Yeah, it was wild,
Yes.
and then a ton of followers from that. Like that kind of like kickstarted my career.
Yeah.
But with that being said, like during COVID, I was like making breakfast and shit in the restaurant and stuff. So I was just making content on it all the time, trying to make big pancakes and stuff. But yeah, no, they're fun, but you kind of get stuck in your way sometimes, and pizza and wings is like my avenue, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I there's a lot of people that make food on TikTok,
Dude, yeah, and more every.
But everybody
day.
kind of has their own. Everybody kind of has their own lane. I
Yeah.
guess.
Like there's like crazy people that make food. You know what I'm saying? Like the like over energetic, but like you're more mellow. And
Yeah,
I like
was
that.
yeah for sure. That was when I first started. There was only a few cooking content creators. So luckily, I started when I did because they're only getting they're only younger and more handsome or more beautiful and better at cooking than me. As they come out. So I'm like, oh, thank God I got in when I got in, or else I would just be like, still like working in a restaurant. But yeah, I was always like, I never wanted to be like the guys like, what's up, guys? Like and follow. Like, I just was never my thing. And I respect the people that do that, but that's just not a me thing.
Right.
So I was like, I was trying to be clear that I didn't want to be that. More I was just trying to be myself, I guess. And
Yeah.
I was like, that's not a me thing. Like
Right.
the YouTube style voice and all that, like Logan Paul, what's up, gang, or whatever the fuck he says.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back.
What did they say?
Smash that like button.
yeah, no.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, you got it down. So, it just wasn't a. Yeah, this is not a me thing. Like, I think I'm just kind of almost a shy person, really,
Yeah,
which is weird. But
I am too.
No, you are big time.
Yeah, that's him though. What's up, guys? I like that. If you don't know, go to Teef.
What's going on, guys?
Yeah.
I would always just say "sup, fuckers," and then that's how I
Yeah.
just end it. But no, I like how mellow you are because like it's like kind of soothing. Like you're scrolling through the madness of TikTok and then you pop up and you're just like, "Hey guys, welcome." Like so soothing. It's just like
yeah,
I'm not into ASMR.
You just hear the crunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, it is. It's very tempting to get into, like, not selling your soul, but like it is tempting to like make those decisions, like adding that, like maybe I should just maybe I should just do like more like street interviews with people, or maybe I should do things that I think would get likes or follows because like that would create more business for me and create a bigger audience, right? But
Mhm.
I just try to, I always like just try to stay in my lane. I think that's like the key to what I want to do. But yeah, no, I'm definitely tempted to like, do crazy stuff or pranks and drop food or something. But
Mhm.
I just know that I've already built an audience and they kind of know what I do, so
Yeah,
I'll
Right.
just stay in that, I guess.
makes
No,
sense.
it's
I mean,
cool,
you're
though.
already at how many followers?
1.1 on TikTok.
1.1 on TikTok, and Instagram. You got over 100.
Yeah,
right?
120 to 120. Yeah.
Making
crazy.
moves since
That was
the last
quick.
podcast.
Well, it's actually funny. So, I had gotten a pretty viral video so I had 30,000, which was like really good, but I knew that was like a part of my business that was lacking. So I was like trying to, get some consulting and figure out like why am I not good at Instagram, and I was working pretty hard at that, and then I had focused a ton of energy and time, and it grew. So I think it got it to about 60K, and then I just had this most mega viral video I've ever had.
On Reels, right?
Yeah, so it has like 48 million views or something.
The fuck.
Yeah.
So
A
I
lot of
gained
people.
I was at 60,000, and in one week I was up to 120,000 followers. So
It's
yeah,
insane.
it got pretty crazy.
I'm just staring at him in awe.
I'll never forget in our
48 million?
I'll never forget in our first podcast your guys' reaction to when I told you guys I gained like 80,000 followers in one day. You guys were like, what?
And now you just hit me with it again.
Yeah, I mean,
The fuck?
yeah, it's super cool, but I always think about you guys' reaction to that. It was funny.
So have you seen any of that success on Shorts? Because Shorts is becoming like really big.
Yeah, I'm trying to focus my energy into YouTube as well. So I'm in the point of my that scared me, whatever that was. Sorry. So I got to a point where 1 million was a big goal, right? And I was like, let's get to that point, and then we'll focus on the next milestone, right? And I was like, I almost got to a point where I would say maybe early in the summer, I was really pretty close to giving up, like just being like, whatever, I'll go be a chef, and then this will be a hobby, and I can make, I don't know, a couple grand a month, whatever, just as like a side hustle. But I was pretty close to giving up, and then I don't know, I had a mega viral video, so put me back on track. But I guess what were we talking about? Oh, sorry. So I was really focused on getting to 1 million, and then once I got to 1 million, I was like, make this the business, right? So focus on being the CEO of SupChef. Don't worry about, you're okay with the content. Just keep going. But so now I'm in the process of like really scaling up. So I have a bunch of projects that I'm working on that I believe would take my business to the next level. So I'm just uber focused on that right now. And I watch a lot of Shark Tank, and I don't know, I just have that type of brain where I like can ultra focus on one thing and just kind of push everything else out aside, I guess.
So you think you're gonna create like a product or like a food or like a seasoning or
Yeah, I don't want to say too much, but
No,
yeah.
yeah.
So I'm gonna put a
don't give it away yet? But
yeah. So I'm working on putting on a product in some local stores, as well as putting a separate product in like that you could buy online, as well as a new, I don't want to say a new channel, but like a super professional blog. So that should come out hopefully around the beginning of the year, I believe. And then as well as some other projects as well. But yeah, so virtually 3 new businesses under the same umbrella, but they're all beasts. They take so much, I've learned a ton about business in the last couple months. Just from
distribution and
yeah. So I mean, it was a huge humbling experience for me to walk into meetings with like these companies and be like, they're like, well, what's your plan for distribution? And you're like, well, I mean, I have 1 million followers, so I feel like I can just sell it. And they're like, okay, how much money do you have to put into this? And I was like, how much money do I need? And they're like, all right, what do you have packaging like set up? Like, what's your logistics look like? Are you gonna ship this? And I'm like, well, I have 1 million followers. Like, we'll figure it out. And then they're like, dude, like, get out of here. Like, go learn something. So then I just religiously watched Shark Tank for like weeks because I can't like read a book. It's not my style. But you learn through these pitches like how you're supposed to conduct yourself, because like you either get it or you don't on Shark Tank. And then but then over time you learn like, yeah, there is a formula to success, and why do these people get investment? And that's when, so I've learned so much through Shark Tank, which is almost embarrassing, but that's just the way I guess I do it. But, so now I'm in the process of multiple new, streams, I guess.
You know what he just said there? That's going to be a TikTok clip. That's going to be one of the reels that we cut out from the episode. That'll be one of them.
what?
He said he was watching Shark Tank for. That's cool though. Like,
no,
I
dude,
never knew you could
I
learn.
agree
that much
because
from Shark Tank.
you see all these like gurus and stuff like buy my book and make $1 million next year and like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like yeah, you can learn from books, but anything you need is literally on YouTube, Google, TV. Like if you're
Yeah.
watching the right things,
Yeah, no,
you
definitely.
can figure anything out.
For sure. And that's, I think, for me, like, that's how I learn, is just, like, through watching stuff. And having conversations with, like, mentors. Like, I get so much more out of that. But there is so many, like, scam gurus out there that are, like, you just click on a harmless YouTube video and all of a sudden, like, you're, like, learning about, like, real estate moguls and ads and shit. So, like, there's a lot of people who are just trying to sell a class or whatever.
Yep.
But, no, for sure. You can learn so much now so easily. It's crazy.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, Shark Tank is legit a real thing. Like, these people are business owners who have an idea and they need something from these billionaires virtually. But they're more than that. They have different skill sets and they want to take their product or service or business to the next level, and they need to like pitch this to them. Like, I know you've seen the show, but that's like where I was in my career, or excuse me, in my business. I was like, I need something. I have this, but I need something. And that's how I learned so much about like, so it's kind of funny, like without giving out too much information, the same guy that was like, I think you need to learn a little bit more. Like, he literally said that. It's like, I think you need to like learn more about this. And it was like pretty humbling. So 6 months later or whatever, I was like, this is my distribution plan. This is X. This is Y. I have this in set. I have a strategic partnership with this. And he's like, are you ready to partner on it? So it was like, whoa. It's like that moment where, yeah, that like paid off.
That's cool.
It's awesome.
So, yeah.
I actually think someone that we know, I don't want to say it because I don't know if I'm allowed to, but someone that we know is supposed to go on Shark Tank. Season 15, I think, or 14.
Someone we know.
Yeah, I'll tell you after. I
We
don't know.
just
if-
cut
I
it
don't
out of
know
the
if-
episode.
So excited to watch the episode and learn.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. All right, I'll say it, but you have to cut this out. We'll
Well, no
ask Nick.
shit.
I'm pretty sure Lloyd's got a Shark Tank deal. Lloyd's taco truck.
Really? For what? They make tacos.
Well, I mean, they were like a pioneer in the food truck business in this market. They had a food truck in like 2013, which was like unheard of.
Oh.
In Buffalo?
Yeah.
Was? Okay.
And they just started with like one food truck. And, I'm not necessarily like, go super deep into them, but I thought, I could be wrong. I wish. Yeah, Jamie, can you look that up?
Yeah, you want to look that up?
No, I'm just kidding. No, but
you did that in the first episode too. I love
did
it.
that in the first one,
That's so funny.
sorry, yeah. But I think so. But I'm wrong all the time. So
So am I. It's okay.
We usually are, dude. Last episode when we were talking about basketball, we had no idea what we were talking
Dude,
about. we were just
Heem's
making
over
stuff.
here, like, not to get off topic here, we're flowing good, but Heem's over here sitting where you are. He's talking about all these basketball players. I'm like,
Jordan never went to a 7th game in the finals.
I'm like,
blah, blah,
I don't
blah.
know
I'm like,
that.
Yeah?
That-
We're like, yeah,
That's crazy.
cool.
I don't know that. I don't know.
that's awesome.
Like, basketball is past my time.
Yeah, but no, that's awesome, dude.
What's up? Okay, you start it back up. The red button. Record.
Heck. Well, it might be battery.
Is it off or is it on? Red button.
Wonder if it ever.
Is it recording now? All right, we'll live. All right, kick it back.
Figure
You think it cut out or
Okay, well, I mean,
is
it
that one
wasn't.
on?
That one's gonna stay on. It's not gonna stop. I mean,
Oh, I think that's really cool that you're taking it to the next level with the products and stuff.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. Building like the brand and trying to turn it into a real thing, because right now it's, it's fickle. Like, you never know what could happen.
Do you
I
think
mean-
that'll affect like any brand deals? Like, will you have to like turn away any brand deals or?
Right now I think it's like not really. Like I'm not doing as many brand deals as I probably could because I've like set myself up to do like strategic partnerships. So like working with Tops is not like, hey, can you like show us like one video or here we have a product we make, whatever. Can you make a video on like with it? So I do that, but I don't want to do that. I'd rather like work with like Tops where we have the same goals and what we're looking for from each other, and it's like we work together throughout time in a sense, right? Not however much time is depending upon how things work, but but that's also a strategic partnership, not just for content, but like I'm making products. Where do products go, right? So you can kind of figure out what's happening. So I think it's huge for me, and I think that they've gotten a lot of benefit. Their bakery item, this French bread, I think it has collectively like hundreds of millions of views on my channel. So like that's cool for them. Like that's great. Like they're super proud of that. Like I didn't know that. They're super proud of that. Like they wrote about this in like their like grocery store. Like there's a grocery store magazine. Like for like not that you and I are gonna read that, but I'm saying like so like it's sent to grocery stores, right?
Yeah, like grandma and grandpa would probably read it, but we
Well,
won't.
no, it's not like an ad. I'm
It's like
talking about
industry.
an
thing.
industry one, like
Oh,
you'd get for
got
maybe
it.
clothes
Okay,
or
got
you know whatever, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, like it's their huge anniversary this year, and they wrote about my channel and how it's
Really?
it's had an impact in their
Sales and
well, I
just-
don't know, but just like how
just
it's made
their
some form of
company,
impact, right?
yeah.
So it's super beneficial, like mutually, and I think that's the way partnerships should be, right?
Yeah.
So,
No, that's cool. I feel like physical locations is hard to like exactly track like where sales come from and stuff
Yeah,
like
oh,
that.
you
It's
can't.
like having a billboard. You know what I mean? Like from a physical location, advertising online, like not that they're advertising, but they're advertising through you basically.
yeah, no, definitely, yeah.
You know what I mean? Where I don't know, my brain thinks in like e-commerce ways. So like you can track sales where they come from and like directly from ads and like stuff
Exactly.
like that. You know,
Yeah.
it's a lot easier to tell. But no, that's cool.
Right. So, yeah, exactly. I mean, they still make an old school ad in the that you get in your mailbox, right?
Right.
And people read it and cut out coupons and bring them in, right? So there's such a blend of people in the world, So, so that's why I think getting into the retail space and just be able to share with stuff share stuff with people. So like. I wish I could talk about more about it, but because I think there's some really cool ideas, and I'll tell you guys off. Like, I just don't want to make it more make it a thing, and then it not come to fruition, and I look like a loser.
So
right?
it's
So-
understandable. It's understandable.
Right. So, but yeah, I think there's a cool model. I'm basing this as off. So
Okay, cool.
excited.
That's awesome.
I'm
Is
excited for you.
Tops, like, are all Tops privately owned by the same company, or are
They're
they?
unionized, aren't they?
Like you mean like franchised?
It's it's
I
not.
think
like a franchise,
there's- I think that there actually is some like franchised, but like
because it's
Tops
pretty
is a-
local. It's not like
yeah.
nationwide.
So I think they started in like the falls and stuff, and I'm not necessarily like I don't know everything about Tops, but I think it started in like the falls, and then but yeah, they're only to Rochester and then like into Pennsylvania. Like it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. It's pretty hyper local.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Tops.
Yeah.
No
yeah.
free shout outs.
Yeah, well, kind of free. No, they're great with me. So, yeah, I mean, so and the way like for me, just as a creator, like the way my brain works, I wish that I could kind of spread it my focus and my energy into like 25% content, 25% business and brand building, 25% marketing. You know, I only got 25% more, so I have a family and stuff. So, but like I can't. Like I'm just like hyper focused on like this and
Mm-hmm.
one thing at a time. So I have I hired an intern and stuff, and to try to keep the flow going, cause like I have to make videos, right? No matter what. Like
You get to
So-
that point, huh?
right.
It's always like a revelation. That point, you know what I mean? Like it's like, oh shit, I can't handle this all. Because like I remember when we go back, whenever we did that first podcast, a couple of months ago, 6,
Mhm.
7 months ago, 8 months ago now, like you were doing everything your own.
Yeah.
And now you're starting to get entangled with more things, and it's just more and more and more, and it's like I can't handle all this. And you see that all the time with everybody we do a podcast with, either whether they're just starting out, getting to that stage. But now it's so weird to like now fast forward 9 months, and now here we are, and you're in that stage now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, I'm pretty conservative. Like if I was to say like, well, here's my revenue, and I don't mean to bore you guys like about like the business stuff because it's
I love it.
well,
Yeah.
for sure, you of course, but like, yeah, I'm like, I know like I'm the content guy, but like I don't know, the business part is like where I'm at. So, yeah, so like I have enough revenue to where I'm like, well, I can easily afford that studio. Like this brand deal paid for the whole year's rent, like no problem. But I'm still like, man, it's a new business. You know, what happens if I go 6 months without brand deals? What happens if what if I get sick? What if, so right now I'm like trying to figure out the balance between appropriate risk and not giving, not caring so much about circumstances beyond my control. Like, hey man, in reality, I could go 6 months without getting a brand deal, but also like Ukraine and Russia could turn sideways and we could all go to war. So like I can't really control those things, right? So how can I just continue to trailblaze forward without like having blinders of like becoming scared of all the risks, because we're in a seriously unsafe world, and there is so much risk, right? Risk is super, super high. And so I'm just trying to like, not be cognizant of it, but at the same time, like we're going to continue to move forward. So,
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
right.
You just have to focus on what you can control and forget about the rest. I feel like
Right.
there's a lot of shit. I mean, because I work with companies that run ads on like Facebook and stuff, and there was like an iOS 14 update on Facebook and Instagram that just fucked all the ads.
Yeah.
Right? And like, there's nothing really you can do about it. You
Yeah.
try everything. You make
Yeah.
a new account, try that. You like do a million things to try to figure it out. And next thing you know, TikTok ads are booming. So it's
Uh-huh.
like, you know what I mean? We just dumped a shit ton of money into TikTok, and then that took off. So it's
Yeah.
like,
You can't control that.
right. So
Same-
you got to focus on what you can control. So
Right.
you got to maneuver. And yeah, I don't know. I think it's dumb to focus on things you can't control,
Right.
like
Right.
Ukraine and Russia.
Right. Yeah. So, but there was
I understand the worry. Don't get me wrong. I understand.
Yeah, no, and I know you're not like saying it's not important. I'm just saying like
Yeah.
it can't, yeah, those big things that happen around you, and even stuff like, man, if I have a video flop, like I can't control that.
Right.
And I'm so happy I'm in a better place because like when the last time we talked, if I had a video that flopped, like I wanted to quit. Like I was so stressed about it. Like I was like I had like this guy. It was called a creator coach, and it was like virtually like a therapist that was like for like celebrities.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah, and I had to like
Holy
call
shit.
him if something went wrong, because that's like to the mental state. I mean, there's nothing wrong with therapy and stuff for people if that's your thing, but it felt very much not me. And when I was like talking to this guy, I was like, I'm like, dude, I remember when the first time when I had a call with him, I was like, this is my problem. I get super upset when my videos don't work out. I put a lot of effort into them, and I have 1 million followers. I should be able to get 100,000 views. And I don't want to talk about my mom, and I don't want to burn incense. And like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want those therapy things. I just want to talk about the problem. But in reality, the problem is always kind of deep rooted into something else, I think. So, and I think in your heart of hearts what it might be. Just hard to always doesn't come out right away, I guess maybe. But yeah, I don't. He's great, and I could call him if there's a problem, but I don't need it anymore. I don't do it anymore, and which is cool. If like you have growth,
Right.
not just in your account, like in life. So
Do you think that's comfortability? Like, do you think, like you said last time we did the podcast, you were stressed out if a video flopped, but now you don't really worry about it as much. Now, do you think that's like an equation to growth and more success and comfortability aspect, or is that just you've gotten over that stage and you've come to grips that certain things it's just gonna be the way it is? You know what I'm saying?
I think it's both.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's both. Like, you just become better at things as you become more experienced
Mm-hmm.
in life and in jobs and stuff, and then and also I know now that it's not the end of the world if a video flops.
Mm-hmm.
Just make another one.
Yeah, right.
And I think about it a lot of times, like, there's some coal miner somewhere like that's gonna die when he's 30 because he's just lived his whole life mining coal in West Virginia, and like I'm upset because my pizza bread video didn't work out so good. So I try to put some
When you
things
put
into
it that way, it's like it's not.
I mean,
technical,
and of course everybody has their own life and perspective, but sometimes it's good to put things into those perspectives because then you're like, oh, I'm okay.
Right.
No,
yeah, I try to do that with myself sometimes too, definitely, because I'm the type of guy to always want more, like with everything. You know what I mean? There's always
it can be a dangerous
dangerous
place to live
for sure.
right.
Addictive personality. I think that's what I have.
I think so
as
too.
As I'm cracking another drink.
Well, it's funny. I only drink one, maybe 10 drinks a year because
What?
Yeah, I have a very addictive personality.
Wow, good
So
for you. Because
No shit. Oh my god.
10 is like a liberal number. Like I probably had maybe 10 this year.
This guy's on quite the bender right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
Football season murders me.
yeah,
It
yeah,
murders me.
It's just something I never picked up because I know it's not going to be a good thing for me. Like,
No, it's probably not. I have like at least 12 before the game even starts.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm
yeah.
like,
Like
my
1
thing
o'clock.
is, there's like a lot of people who take it to like another level. Like, don't get me wrong, I take it to another level a lot. But like, I can control it. Like I'll like wake up, I'll be hungover, but like I'll still go to like work and I'll still do shit. I'll get shit done. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna be the guy who lays around in bed.
Well,
My
there's
head.
some people though that like put alcohol in their coffee like they need it.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
that's crazy.
That's
Well,
I don't need
then
that.
that may have been me, or it may be me in a different.
Shit, that could be me in a couple years. I'm hoping not. I'm trying to avoid it in all circumstances. I really am trying to avoid it in all circumstances. But like, I don't know. Like, I look at it right now. I'm young enough. I didn't know this is like the worst thing to say, but I'm young enough, and I just use it to like kind of relax after like a long day. Like, I'm
Doesn't go
not
away,
over
man.
here.
It doesn't
I
go
need
away.
it.
I don't
know.
think he's
How
a
old
super
are you?
addictive personality though.
Me.
Oh.
I don't have a super addictive
I don't
personality.
think so.
I just do it because I like to have fun.
How
Yeah,
old are
yeah.
you?
25. I just turned 25. I just like to have fun. To be honest with you, I
Yeah,
don't
no,
need this shit.
I know.
Like, but like,
I'm,
Yeah.
I have addictive. I need to control it. Like I only allow myself usually 3 days a week. That's it.
Yeah.
Better than me.
But
But you have like, see, like I'm also like undisciplined. So I have an addictive personality, but I'm also undisciplined, right? So like, if I had a problem with drinking, I would be like 3 days a week, and then like in like 2 weeks, I'd be like 3.5 days a week, and then I'd be like, and then I would be like, a
4 days a
creaker.
week.
I'd be like at the bar all the time,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I just know that it's not going to work out well for me, and I just stay away from it.
That's
But
good,
I'm
though.
also I'm about to be 30 years old next month, so I've kind of, how do you say, like developed as a person
Of
to where
course.
now I don't think I'd have, even if I started drinking, like, if I got super into whiskey or something, like it's bourbon and cigars, like I don't think
Yeah.
I'm there yet. Like I don't think I would get into it, but I also don't want to flirt with the line of
Right, of
potential
course.
problems.
No, it definitely makes
So,
sense. Yeah.
Right. So
Football season just really murders me. I'm thinking all day. I was thinking all day. I'm like, oh, Ravens Bucks. That sounds exciting because the Ravens Bucks game is tonight. You guys know who won. We don't yet. Man, I gotta put some parlays in. You do any betting?
no,
You don't
but
do any betting? Is that another addictive thing you think?
no, I just don't think. So I went to like the slots on my 18th birthday, and I won like $500,
Mhm.
and I was like, oh, this is how they did this on purpose, so
Yeah,
I can become a
right.
degenerate scumbag and lose my house when I'm 30. So I don't know what I'm sure it was just got lucky, of course, but I was like, we went back another time a couple years later, and I lost money, and I was like, this sucks, fuck that, I don't want to. I mean, you work hard for your money, so
Yeah.
I'm sure it's really cool to win, and I have won, like I said, when I was on my 18th birthday at the slot machine and at the reservation. But yeah, I'm just not into it. I'm just not into it. I also don't do fantasy football because
I can't do fantasy. Too
I don't know.
much
I feel like
stress.
it's just a time.
Oh my
It's a
god.
time,
That's
like,
what I'm
thing.
saying. It's so time consuming.
And I love watching football highlights, but like I'm not gonna watch the Lions game.
See, what you got to get is Red Zone. Got to get Red Zone for Sundays. 7 hours, no commercials. It
Yeah.
takes all the games that are being played. I don't know if you know this, but it takes all games that are being played, and it like shows the highlights, and it has their own broadcasters. There's no commercials, and like you'll watch like a little bit of a game, but then like as soon as a touchdown happens, they'll hit you to that game,
Yeah.
show you everything. That's fun.
I
to
got
watch.
NFL Plus this year, and it's terrible.
Oh, dude, NFL is so weird with all their shit. They have like 4 different things. They have the
Well-
game day, Sunday pass, Red Zone, all that shit. And like I can't figure out how to navigate it half the time.
Yeah, NFL Plus sucks because you can't. Sometimes you can watch the game, and sometimes you can't.
Yeah.
And there's NFL like Plus Premium,
I
which is bullshit.
know.
Because So.
And the
NFL
money
fixed
that they
for
ask
sure.
just to dig into it, and it just seems like there's always an upgrade
I know.
every time.
Yeah, I don't quite get that. But no, I don't get into the fantasy football and stuff. I did a pool this year, like a brand reached out to me and they're like, "Hey, well, we'd love to get your community into it." And it was like a brand deal. But, it was cool cuz whoever wins gets a pizza oven and it's like free and stuff. So, I was cool with that, but I just personally don't get into the betting thing, but it seems like it's a whole nother world, like
Oh, if you get
like
really
the
into it,
Barstool guys and like Pat McAfee, like they're talking about all these parlays and
that's what I'm
oh,
saying.
this guy's got to kick this field goal. I'm like, oof.
I try not to make it my personality. I do my best. Like this is my first time in 4 weeks putting bets in this week. Like I put bets in on Monday night game, and I'll probably take like 4 weeks off because like I'll really get into it.
I normally only do Bills games, but this
I
week
won't
there's
bet
no
on the
Bills
Bills.
games, so I bet a couple games.
Yeah.
But
I won't
It's
bet on
like-
the Bills.
It's cool,
I
it's
do
fun.
parlays that for like $5-10,
Yeah.
like here or there.
Yeah, so I mean, the risk versus reward is like awesome. Like everyone
Yeah.
can afford to throw $5 at a game, but
until
like
you lose like 20 in a row, 20 parlays in a row.
yeah, okay,
then you're
fair
done.
Make it back.
okay, yeah. See, I think it can become, yeah, you can become a degenerate. Like,
yeah, if you're
pretty
like
quick.
like I see a lot of people that get into it, and it's like they make it their whole personality. You know what I mean? That's all
Yeah.
they talk about. It's this, it's that. They're constantly
the
checking
f-
stat
like
line.
like finance bros talking about stocks
Yeah,
and
some
stuff.
shit like that.
Same thing,
I know. It's just borderline obnoxious, honestly. I don't want to make it my personality.
Yeah,
So I really try to take time away from it. Like
Yeah.
I literally will take weeks off, and then I see a nice matchup I like, I'll get back into it. But I'm not really chasing anything. I'm not making any money back. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not losing and trying to make it back. I gotta make it back.
Yeah.
No, I'm not degenerate. I just have a little bit of fun with it once in a
Yeah.
while.
I saw you whenever I saw you guys at the I never talked about this with you guys. I saw you guys at the preseason game.
Yeah,
the
you were walking
Broncos
in.
game,
Yep.
and you were like, Alex, and we kept walking, and I like waved, and we stopped and turned around because we thought you guys were gonna cross the street and come towards the stadium, but you guys kept going for some reason. So we were waiting, and we were like, did they go straight or not? But I felt
Content hunting.
we were gonna. Oh, were you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We were.
We were
I feel
going
like-
back to.
oh, I was
we
gonna
were in the
ask.
You guys-
grass lot.
If you guys were walking in, that means we're really stressing for footage. Because like towards the end of when the end of the tailgate, when everybody starts walking in, and if we don't have enough footage, and I know the preseason games we didn't have
Yeah,
enough
it was
footage, we're
brutal.
like we gotta hit some clips. So we're just on a move. Oh yeah, we're like we gotta get out there.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I didn't want you to feel like I blew you off, but
No.
there was you guys asked a question to this guy the other day, and I was like, that's insane. You're like, are you a bandwagon fan, or can you name 6 players on the team? And I was like,
Oh yeah.
dude, you can be like, I feel like you could be a bandwagon fan and come up with 6 names.
It's really. I feel like it's not hard.
Those guys
No.
were hammered.
Oh,
Eh?
I wasn't even there for that.
He was
I
like,
wasn't even
Josh
filming
Allen.
that.
So the one kid was a Pats fan, the other guy was a Browns fan.
oh, okay.
I did
They
see that
were-
clip, though.
They came with friends that are Bills
Oh,
fans.
okay,
so,
okay.
Yeah. I don't
In
know.
fairness to them, then
Yeah.
I don't want to beat them up. Yeah, I always enjoy seeing the tailgate clips and stuff from you guys'
Yeah,
channel.
those always do well on TikTok.
Yeah, because
I'm like really, really careful about posting on TikTok now. though,
Yeah,
no, it sucks.
because
you don't want your account being banned.
yeah. So I'm like, I don't even do. I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't even do like the face like reactions, like just recording really myself. Like I don't even make.
You
TikTok.
rarely even make TikToks anymore,
No,
basically.
because they get taken down. Those are the ones that I always get taken down for like harassment or bullying. I guess it's just the way I talk, but
Yeah, I
Oh.
mean, I think there's a lot of mistakes too. Like, I had a fried pickle video that got taken down for violence.
Yeah,
on
like,
Instagram.
shit like
yeah, I
that.
was like, what the hell? And it was for tops too, and I was like, they're like, well, violent pickle, huh?
did you
But-
appeal it?
No, it was like it was a really weird thing that it got deleted, and I saw the notification, and I like went through the process of like going to check and see like if it was, and there was like no restrictions on my account. The video was totally gone, and it's just not. Yeah, it was just a weird. Sometimes there's glitches and
There
things
really
go
is.
wrong, and I'm like, what are you gonna do?
When you bring the AI into the situation,
Yeah,
like it really makes it tough. But sometimes it's just plain unfair. Like I see things like TikTok right now. I don't know if you guys are on the same side I am. There's some sus shit going on. Like I don't know if you guys have heard about Wisconsin volleyball. Anyone know what happened with that? Not
Yeah,
to get too vulgar
That
here.
wasn't on TikTok, was it?
Oh no, it's all over TikTok. It wasn't on TikTok, but Wisconsin volleyball team. Have you heard about this?
yeah. I think I've seen Twitter stuff.
So
on
they
it.
Twitter's big on it too.
Yeah.
They fucking took a bunch of nudes in the locker room.
Mhm.
TikTok is just posting them. Like there's kids just posting them, and like some of the degenerates that we have as a fan base are definitely on the same side of TikTok I am on, and they will know what I'm talking
I'm
about.
not on that
But
side.
I'm telling you right now, it's just all the time, and like all the comments. TikTok is turning into Twitter. Man, TikTok really is a new Twitter now, and it's OD.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It-
it's wild.
you
There's
get-
definitely mistakes that happen. What are you gonna do? Like I said, like, yeah, it's crazy.
It really is.
Wisconsin
I'm
volleyball.
I'm gonna pull up. I got like cars and food, but like
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. I'm fortunate. I also have like contacts like at TikTok now.
Oh, okay.
They're not super helpful.
Do
They'll
they?
just like tell me like, here's your
Yo.
guidelines, and like, okay, so for instance, like TikTok had a huge glitch like last week to where people would post a video and it would like process for like 12 hours.
Okay.
So like virtually like if you posted a piece of content, like
It wouldn't
it would say
upload for
like uploading, you know.
Mhm.
So
Happens on YouTube a lot too.
yeah, and it's fairly normal, but like, you know, maybe you're like, oh, is this my account or whatever? Because people are still posting. So I'd emailed them, and then like a week later, they were like, oh, sorry, we had a glitch. It's all good now.
Yeah.
Well, like it fixes itself a lot of the
Yeah.
time.
Right.
so. Literally, just as I said that, my account warning just went off. Like it's
Uh-oh.
gone. It was there this morning, but it's not there. I swear to God, it literally said account warning under my username
Yeah, I never saw that.
for the last like 5 months.
Wait, what's that blue thing next to your account?
That's there.
Yeah.
That's for stories.
TikTok has stories.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fucking
I thought it was a verification badge for a
So-
second. I was like, oh shit,
I wish.
big time.
You're not verified yet.
Yeah,
No.
you should be.
Have you applied?
I applied on Instagram recently, and they said no.
They said no. You have 100-something K. The
I
fuck?
actually I applied. There's a way to apply on TikTok, but it's really like sketchy.
Yeah.
And I did it, and they were like, "Yeah, we don't see you as of." It's literally, it says like, you don't meet the qualifications to be verified. And I'm like,
Right.
what do you have to do?
There's people with like 10 followers that are verified.
Yeah, but they have to know somebody. I know
No,
it for a fact.
it's weird. It's like that they TikTok like and all the apps they like almost cross reference with the internet. I think it's an AI to be honest because they like find like because like you know who gets it a lot is like people who have like radio shows. They're like verified and they have like 100 followers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, what is up with that? They don't
Mhm.
even have profile pictures.
You
and stuff.
associate yourself with a certain brand.
I think it's like the old legacy media. Like if you go to Google and you're like there 100 times, like they'll put you in there.
Public figure.
Yeah, exactly. So
And I also, like you said though, I see a lot of doofs with verification tags.
Yeah.
And not to be like specific.
Well,
They
there's
just know people.
I think they know people. They have to because there's this one kid who on Instagram, he gets like 20 likes a picture. He's got like 30K, and he's verified on Instagram and TikTok. I'm like, dude, there's no way. You have to know someone. You have like 200 followers on TikTok. You have to know
well,
somebody.
people buy like.
People buy followers big time.
But that definitely would not get you verified. But
Someone buy me followers. I need more. I only have like 300 on Instagram. I feel like a chump. He's over here with like 100. You have like 40-something thousand. I'm over here just like, I have 300.
I'll start tagging you in the thumbnail posts and stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
You
Give
guys
me a shout out on your
you
story.
guys do a good job with that thumbnail stuff. It's like legit YouTube.
Yeah, I'll
Shout
take
out-
credit
shout
for
out
that.
Brett.
No, yeah, shout
no,
out Brett.
It's funny you say that because Brett literally.
Someone got a tattoo of his design.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, I thought it
The,
Of what?
the Welcome to Buffalo,
like the Vegas logo.
the Vegas
Oh.
logo that I did.
So
somebody
he
got it
put that on his.
tattooed.
So our graphic designer Brett, he's from Iowa. I met him like playing Call of Duty 10 years ago, and he went to graphic design. I've kept in touch with him since then.
Sweet.
He went to graphic design school, and I've just kept in touch with him. Basically, we started doing this shit. I used to use him for our videos, and I'm like, it's led into basically what we do now, and like, I don't know. It's just so.
I'm
weird.
thinking
I
I-
love it.
He was just saying that same thing though
What's
about
that?
followers to me last night.
Was
He's
he
like, I
doesn't
need to
have
get
any?
my followers up.
Hey, my fucking
I was just
followers,
thinking
okay.
about while you were saying that, like I was just thinking about what this thumbnail is gonna be. It's gonna be like me and you guys like this, like drinking, and then it's gonna be like Mark Cuban from like Shark Tank or something. I'm just trying to think of it because like last time it was like me, and then
Dawson
you
Knox is
guys,
in the
like,
background.
and then Dawson Knox was there somehow or whatever. It was awesome.
Yeah.
That was when we were really trying to clickbait. We usually just use the three faces now, so it'd be
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
You go back. You went to more like of a
traditional like just three
like
face.
the like the
we'll,
Rogan.
we'll probably
ones.
Yeah.
screenshot honestly because we have
The
the
nice
good
cameras.
cameras for this one, so we'll
Yeah.
probably just screenshot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
are
like the last one. He pulled like a picture off your Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like Dawson Knox.
And
was there.
sometimes
Yeah,
he's still
Dawson was in the background.
still does that.
We're like we
Oh,
tossed
it was
we-
cool. I was just picturing it like it's funny, man. Like these kids, like our generation, people I think under 30 and under probably are like grew up with YouTube. Like I remember like Halo 4, like what was it called? Like when you threw a sticky grenade at somebody and it stuck to them and blew up. Remember
yeah,
that
Yeah,
from Halo, like the original Halo
yeah.
on Xbox, like whatever. Like we would watch like compilations on YouTube. And we're like, this is the best thing ever.
Awesome.
And like watching like those early like Chocolate Rain and stuff. Like
Uh-huh.
I remember
Oh,
that
God,
kind of
Chocolate Rain. Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, and
Fucking.
we grew up
oh.
with that stuff. So like thumbnails and stuff. Like it's so funny. Like I don't know. It's just the culture we kind of.
I know,
created for
right?
ourselves.
Right. Chocolate
What's up,
Rain.
guys?
So what's going on, guys? Welcome back. We got a special one for you today.
Oh yeah. But first, let's go to our sponsors.
Yeah, it's fucking 10-minute ad read. Let's get to the video.
Yeah.
10-second skip.
And I don't have a problem with Mr. Beast by any means because I think what he does is like super, like he does really noble stuff and his content. I'm not. His content's not for me. I'm 30 years old. I'm not a kid or whatever. But what he used to do was cool. I thought like going into like he did a video. I remember the first video I ever saw. Like he went to a car dealership and he was like haggling down the price. So they were like, "Oh, how much money you got to spend?" They're like, $3,000. He's like, 2,500.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, I can do 2,500." He's like, "How about $1,000?" And they're like, "What?" Like, I
Yeah.
remember, and I was like, "This is like really funny." But like, I think there's a lot of people now that take his like podcast appearances and stuff and like use it as like, oh, I could easily grow my following. All I have to do is make viral videos. It's super easy. Just do what Mr. Beast does. And it's like, he doesn't necessarily come out and say that, and I don't have any problem with him. But like, I talk to friends and stuff, and they're like, "Yeah, I heard Mr. Beast. All you got to do is, whatever, right?" And I'm like, it's not that easy. Like, people ask me all the time, like, how do you get a following? And I'm like, make 3 pieces of content every day for the next 2 years and see what happens, and do your best to learn as you go. But I think there's a lot of people, not necessarily Mr. Beast, but there's a lot of people who are saying like, it's not easy. It's just not easy, and there's no quick like way to just do it.
What I've I'll wait for him to switch it quick. If you just want to start recording on it.
Wait, are we stopping for a second or no?
No.
Okay.
Do you want to?
No.
Wanna go pee? You sure?
I have to pee.
Go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah, oh, hell yeah. What were we on?
I don't remember what
So we were talking about
Fuck.
We had a pee break, boys.
I know what it was too. That's like the worst part.
I don't know, but I just want to bring this up. What's the craziest DM you've ever gotten?
Ooh,
Because
I
you
like
were just
that.
talking about a DM you got.
well, I was going to tell you earlier because this one kind of was I don't know if I should say it, but I guess we will. But I got like Riley Reed from Riley Reed. Most people know who
Yeah.
that is. There was an account like that got verified that wasn't her,
Ah.
but it was a verified account.
Yeah.
And I was like, different. I probably ended up not going through with it, but I was like, you gotta ask her to come. This is when I had a podcast, so I was like, you gotta get her on the podcast.
Yes.
And she was like, yeah, let me see what I can do. And there was like some conversations, and it was like somehow this account that wasn't Riley Reed like made an account, got verified by TikTok, by Instagram and stuff. So, but they had reached out to me, which was crazy. But it wasn't like asking me for money. It was just like a legitimate conversation. Like, hey, do you want to? What's up? Or like whatever. I was like, you want to come on the podcast? Like, yeah, let me see. I'm trying to go on Impulsive. It was literally like that, and I was like, oh shoot, just let me know or whatever.
So that person was pretending to be right.
I'm not sure. I
Or
think
was
the
it like
account
a
got deleted or
sub-account
something.
of her? Like,
I to be honest, I don't know. I don't think it was. I think it was just like because I've noticed that there is other times where accounts start up and they get verified somehow, like they just trick the system or something, and
that's wild.
or maybe maybe they start an account or they buy an old
They
verified
buy
account or something.
It happened.
I'm not sure.
It happened the other day on Twitter with Elon Musk. Somebody changed their thing, and he was just tweeting some wild shit. Kanye too, tweeting some. Even though Kanye does do some wild shit, it was like a fake one tweeting some wild shit.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
trying to
what?
think.
No, there's no fucking way. I looked at it. I'm like, nah, it's not him.
I'm trying to think of some other like. There's been some really cool DMs. Like, I mean, I have a million
See
screenshots.
Riley Reed popping in my fucking DM.
I was like, whoa, you know.
I just see that name in my DM list. I'm just like, I don't even know how
Dan's
you.
pants start growing.
Oh, no,
No, I'm trying
growing.
to think. There's like, I've had some cool DMs for sure. I can't think of some.
Who's like the most famous person you've interacted with?
The most famous?
Yeah. If you can say or not. I mean,
It's hard to say, I think.
or have a connection with. You've messaged,
Yeah.
anything.
I mean, Keemstar's up there.
Well, I don't know Keemstar. I don't know him.
Well,
I don't.
You
He
guys
doesn't know who I
of
am.
each-
I don't think he knows me who I am. But
He has to know
well,
who you are.
his girlfriend, who's really really nice,
Apparently.
she follows me. I follow her. She's really really
He
nice.
definitely knows who you are.
yeah.
though.
Does.
I think I DM'd him like years ago. Maybe I don't even know actually. And I was like, "You want some wings or something?" But he didn't. He didn't respond or whatever. But I'm trying to think. You know who's becoming like a legitimate like A-list celebrity are the two people that I've been following for a long time that follow me is Nick the Giovanni. He's the chef
Yeah.
guy. He just
Okay.
made video with
Pasta
Tom-
bitch.
No, that's QCP,
Oh,
which I'm
okay.
friends with him too. He's great, but Nick DiGiovanni's the guy who throws the knife, and he just made a video with Tom Brady actually.
Fucking really?
Oh, that guy. Yes,
that guy,
I
he's
know who you're
real
talking about.
handsome
They did a video together.
with QCP.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh definitely. He's done one with like the Jonas Brothers and all different.
Jesus.
I'm trying to think. The Mr. Beast. He did one with Mr. Beast.
I'm trying to think of who he is. I'm sure.
Real
I saw
handsome
him.
chef guy, but anyway.
Yeah.
And then Cuisine, the Italian guy.
I was gonna say you need a collab with him.
Yeah, I actually
That'd be
DM'd
crazy.
him whenever I was in Long Island. He was like, I don't go to Long Island, my guy. Like he's a cool dude. Like, and he's legitimately like an A-list sub, but he like hangs out like Post Malone and stuff. But like Peter's Pasta, I mean, he has 3 million followers, and he's like one of my best friends. Like we call each other every day,
That's
make
fucking
fun of each
cool.
other and stuff. It's just a guy in your circle, right?
That's cool. Yeah, definitely.
He's coming up for the.
Yeah,
Not the
exactly. I was trying to think like one of the coolest things was like whenever there was like a celebrity chef that I grew up watching, Alex Garnacelli. She was like a host of Chopped and stuff. Like
Okay.
she was just like she was like followed me right back on TikTok. I was like, hey, send me your address, and she sent me like a signed, like she wrote like a personal letter and put it in a cookbook and sent
That's
it
cool.
to me. I was like, whoa, and that was like early on, so that was pretty cool. I don't know if like remember the comedian Frank Caliendo, we're mutuals. He used to do all the back in the day. He had his own show, and he did like all the impressions, like Madden and all those guys. Like you would know him, but he's
Probably
really
the
really
first
cool dude. And I'm trying to think of anybody else, but honestly, like
I feel like you don't go looking for it though.
I actually have I've been very I'll tell you off air, but I made like a stance that I'm like, don't chase anything, just be yourself and don't chase shit and be cool. And I think that's like, yeah, because I used to DM everybody,
Oh,
just trying to
sick.
get connections and brand deals, and I just don't want to do that anymore.
'Cause
And
that's like so different. Like just like that mentality, like what you just said. Like a lot of guys in your position are just shit, fucking a quarter of your position, or even shit double your position. A lot of guys still chase it like that, like DM constantly trying to get that next thing. Like I feel like that's like a fucking like 95% of creators do that.
well, it's a part of the business, some
Uh-huh.
of it, but at the same time, like for me, like whatever.
I feel like you hit a certain point, you don't have to do that anymore. But like, dude,
Yeah.
this podcast, I have to do it so much.
No, of course,
I'm
of
DMing
course.
people every day to get on this podcast.
No,
bro.
for sure. And
Shit,
there's
I'm not.
there is a part where that's what I mean, and I think of it as, man, I'm just trying to hustle and grow my business and grow my brand, and like, well, wait, what do other people think of it? Like when they're when they've got 10 DMs from me unopened or just like don't respond or whatever,
True.
right? And I never want to pester people or be annoying, and
Feel that.
I'm like, okay, well, like I don't need to be friends with people, and I think it's just growing up. You just find out more about yourself, I guess, and but I don't want to chase anything. I was actually, yeah, I just will let things come to me, and I'm not gonna not send DMs,
Right.
Right.
But it's a lot more cool when it happens organically.
but I'm not gonna like
you know.
things will happen for me, and
Right, and it's a lot more
Makes
cool
sense.
when it happens that way. You don't beg for it. You don't.
yeah,
Like you don't. I like one thing with me is I never want to seem like that guy.
yeah, totally.
Like I want to be like as chill with you as possible. But like it just dumbfounds me. I don't know if it's how I was raised, how I grew up. I don't know what it is. But like I never want to be that guy. But it just seems like there's so many people out there who don't mind being that guy. And
Sometimes it works, and I think that's the problem.
That's the thing, and it works sometimes. But like,
Look at Bob Menery.
oh, I thought you were gonna say somebody. But yeah, keep going. What about Bob?
No, like when they got Bob called Dana White like 35 times at like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
to get Trump on.
See
the
shit
Full
like
Send
that.
podcast.
But like if
And he
you
got it
know-
But it
worked.
if you know
Right.
but if you're friends with a person like that, like okay, say you
Yeah.
have say you know somebody and like I'm your friend already, I'm gonna call you 150 times till you fucking pick up that phone, and I'm gonna keep hounding you about it
Yeah, I guess.
till you
it's-
ask.
yeah.
But if you're friends with a person, but like say I just stumbled into somebody's number and I'm just randomly calling them. Don't call
Oh,
people,
yeah,
guys.
That's weird. Yeah.
Guys, don't call people. Dealt with that this week. Don't call people. Don't.
Well, I think for me too, it's like,
Don't.
what's that?
I think it's a train.
Oh, that's
Train
cool.
or somebody screaming.
Oh, that's really cool. Sorry. So, I think one thing that I've kind of figured out too is like, it's a fickle business. Like, so you create a connection with a person that makes a decision for a business, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's just say Nike, because that's a cool thing, right?
Because you
Like-
got them on your hat.
Right. So, like, let's say I become like, I don't know, I get a deal with Nike and they want to make chef shirts, right? That's a really cool thought. I've always had that thought. So, like, I reach out to Nike, and let's just say Jennifer from Nike's like, oh, yeah, we think you're great. So there's a connection right there. And then it's like, well, we're working on a thing. And then, like, Jennifer just like, it's like, well, I'm going to go to Adidas now. And she leaves. And it's like, well, now what? Like, I have, like, this brand build with this company. And then it's like, but it's so fickle. It's like Jennifer leaves Nike. And, like, Craig comes in. He's like, nah, we like somebody else way better. You suck. So it's like that can happen. Like that really
We
totally.
both kind of went through that too
Oh,
with a
fuck.
different company.
You and I.
I'm not gonna say it. But
Okay,
yeah.
we'll talk. But really. Oh yeah. That exactly that can happen. I never put it into that. I never thought about it like that.
I
but
thought that's what you were talking
I
about.
wasn't. I'm
just with the
talking.
Nike.
I'm saying it more from like. I can't. In terms of like just to like kind of loop it back to the business thing, I'm like, that's really not a good business practice. It's like to have something so fickle that can just literally like be like, oh, I have another thing where it's like, yeah, I'm leaving the company, like meet this new guy, and it's like, well, you hope that they find you valuable, but you want to.
It's all about
base
the
your
dollar
business
sign,
off-
basically, for these big companies sometimes.
Well, right, or people move on or whatever, and you
Yeah.
have like this connection built with this person that moves on, and then is it gone? Is it there? Is it you have to kind of hope and wonder, and I guess you're providing a service. It's like, does the next person think you're valuable? Because a lot of times you're just talking to like an intern, and then they lead you to some like assistant marketing director. It's like, well, and then then the CEO is like, hey, we're losing money. Like, let's figure out what's going on. And they're like, hey, what are you guys spending money on? Oh, we have this influencer marketing thing. They're like, okay, yeah, let's not do that. And so the business you're working on is like could just leave.
And
So that's where I'm like, let's not do that. So and it's also about like how you say it's like for me it's dignity.
Mhm.
When you just chase stuff endlessly, it's like then it really feels like you're in a dark place doing that. I
Yeah.
think.
yeah, definitely.
The nice thing though, like that's a two-sided coin because that person could leave and go to a bigger company too.
True, with
And-
1,000%.
yeah,
No,
Kanye, Nike, Kanye to Adidas.
yeah.
Like, think
I heard
about
he got thrown out of
Stop it.
Skechers.
Let's not even talk about the Kanye
I did
shit.
actually hear about that. I thought it was a joke.
No, everybody thinks it's a joke. I don't know if it's real or not.
I don't know.
Let's not talk about Kanye.
He'll be back.
That's a whole conversation.
No, I don't know anything about it, so I'm not making it. Yeah, no, I just thought that, and so I'm not chasing stuff. I have a new outlook on things, and probably different than a lot of people, but yeah, it's just I'm just trying to stay in my lane.
Do you feel like
That's
the
cool.
business that you're in? Do you think it's fair to say the business of social media marketing, everything that shit like any of us are involved in, is? Do you think it's fair to say that it's a very leechy business? I know you don't take it as that because the way you present yourself, the way you do your content, the way you hold your standards, you have morals, like as you've explained in the past
What do you mean?
10 minutes.
Who's leechy? Companies or people?
The whole industry itself.
I think
Like it's just, it's like a leechy thing.
it's definitely weird. Like it's definitely weird. Like, you make friends and they go, and you do business with companies and then they go and you're just doing the same thing. It's like, so I think that this industry also requires a certain person, and I
Mhm.
think sometimes that person can be like, a clout chaser or whatever, and just be like, bail on you the moment they pass you or whatever. There's definitely that, but I don't hang out with people like that. Like my life is not really like that. So I don't experience it. But like if I lived in Los Angeles, like we talked about last time, if I lived in Los Angeles and I was 23, I would be making cringy dance videos
yeah.
with psychopaths that, not that they are that, but I'm saying I would be doing
Majority
that.
of them are. You're wrong. You're right.
No, I
So
didn't say
just-
that.
no.
No, I'm saying
I
like,
did.
I would be doing weird, dumb stuff in LA, like getting attention,
Of course.
wondering why I don't have more followers and stuff. So I think it requires a certain person. So
Also
but
an
to
age
answer that
thing too.
question.
Yeah,
yeah,
like you said.
yeah. Fortunately, I'm not too deep in that world. So
That's good. No, it's also because like it's so uncommon to see anybody involved that like deeply involved. Like shit, social media in a way is like you're living your life. You know what I mean?
100%, yeah.
So it's like it's just uncommon to really see the opposite of what you just said. Because like it seems like everybody I really know that is involved, or the majority, a good majority of the people that it is their life is something involved with that like retrospect. But I like I'm like humbled by what you just said. Like you try to stay away from that. You do your own thing, stay in your own lane, and I think that's like I think that's a smart idea. I like that.
It's just
It's,
'cause
and
it
it's
happened-
tough though, because
Well, I
there's
think it-
temptations.
For sure, I think it's just because it happened late to me. I'm not better than anybody. It would have happened to me, of course. Like,
Right.
It just it happened to me when I was almost 27, 28 years old. Like I was already pretty much a person,
Mhm.
and I had some success in the chef world. So I think I just kind of had developed. Like some of
Mhm.
these kids, they're 18, they're probably making a lot of money, and I don't know. I know that this doesn't work. Nothing works out for anybody forever.
Mhm.
Tesla will fail. Amazon go out of business. The
Is-
BotchPod eventually will have the last episode.
Probably, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
e-
no,
everything,
you're right. Yeah.
everything like,
Everything, yeah.
every business ever will go out of business. So, these 18-year-old TikTokers, like, it doesn't last forever. Like, so that's where people are smart, like Logan Paul. They made that success and they turn it into like something bigger.
Motherfucker's
Yeah.
on another level right now.
Yeah.
That dude's crazy.
No, I think and that's what you're doing with your businesses that you're going to start too.
Trying,
Cool.
trying, yeah.
It's good. Because I remember back, I keep on referencing the old podcast, but it's hard not to. But I remember back then, like, we asked you, like, you ever thought about, like, doing any sort of merch, or not merch, but just, like, products? You're like, I've done a cookbook. I haven't really. And now look at you. You're over here talking about, like, I'm watching Shark Tank. Like, you're doing all this shit. You got to, like, seriously. He's like, yeah. Like, and you were so mellow about it because I edited it. I remember. You're like, yeah, I had a cookbook. I tried this. I don't know. I haven't really gotten it. And now you're over here like
Yeah.
pitching shit. That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
cool.
No, I've definitely took a turn from like just what my focus is. And before it was like, let's make the best possible videos that you can make. And now it's like, we'll make videos, but like, what else? Like, I'm only going to get uglier and fatter and older. My stock as a content creator goes down. No doubt. Like, I'm not trying to beat myself up, but it's the reality. Like,
Yeah.
it's like a Hollywood like starlet,
I
like when
got you.
she's 50 years
Look
old.
at
Like
Guy
she's
Fieri though.
well, right. No, he's great. He's great. But I just mean it like, I think that in the terms of like the TikTok space, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't.
Definitely.
I'm not trying to market myself as a young, good-looking person. I'm just saying like if I continue on this trajectory of just being like entertainment space, like yeah, my stock of course goes down. Like
Yeah.
that is the natural
Branch
thing.
off and find other things.
Unless I like market myself as like I'm the old man.
Yeah.
Right. But I guess,
Yeah.
but like that's why I'm just like, no, it doesn't work out for anybody forever. So we'll see what's next.
There's always an avenue.
Right. And I'm not giving up. It's just that's
No.
where we're at.
Now, like, you just brought up a good point. Like, this is no shot. Don't
Sure.
take it the wrong way if it comes out the wrong way. I don't mean it like that. But, like, do you think, and this might be hard to answer, but, like, do you think, like, you've hit, like, a peak, or do you think the peak is still coming?
Serious, man?
I am.
He's gonna
No,
do
I'm
that.
just kidding. I was gonna fake walk off, but I don't have it in me. But no, maybe, and if that's okay, I mean, I'm okay with that. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that I've hit the peak in certain things.
I was gonna say, like, I feel like you can hit a peak in one thing, and then you can like literally
Plateau
just
for a
pivot
while.
Yeah.
and hit a peak in
Yeah.
something else too.
But I feel like that's what you're trying to do.
But
at
like,
this
if you
point.
mean like a peak of following, I don't think so. But
no,
like,
I don't either.
But maybe. I mean,
Yeah.
1 million was really freaking cool.
That's fucking
I was sitting
cool.
in Duntire. I got some big old chunky tires on my Bronco, and I was sitting in Dun Tire, and I was like, today's going to be the day, and changed from 999.
refresh.
Yeah, whatever, all those numbers to 1. So it was pretty cool. 1 and an M next to it, you know.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people get to experience that. Some people do.
Yeah, very few. Probably like
Not a good percentage.
0.0000001% of humanity.
Yeah,
So
that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
That is.
yeah, no, I'm super blessed. 100%.
I'm sitting over here excited about 50K.
He's-
Once I hit
no,
50K,
Dude, I can't. I'll tell you,
Milestones.
I was so excited.
Hey,
about
that was
the
my
miles-
goal. That was my
Milestones.
goal for the end of the year was 50K, and I hit it. So
Let's go.
Well, you hit 50K. You hit 50K.
Congrats,
yeah, I'm
man.
at like 52.
Where the
now
fuck
or
have I
something.
been?
Congrats. That's huge, dude. Seriously, and
Yeah.
like 52 people. How many people can fit in the Ralph or Highmark or whatever?
Oh, that's a good
around
point.
70,000.
So
that's how I think about it all the time.
Well, so I actually had that creator coach whenever I was super like, I was like, man, like 30,000 people, you know, that's 30,000 views it got. And he's like, you probably don't know 50 people, and 30,000 people is sell out Madison Square Garden. And I was like, oh,
See, I've always thought about it like that.
well, when you do,
Like-
it's different. You
Like
know, it
I
changes
told,
things.
I told my parents one time, like a couple years ago, I got like 4 million views on a TikTok. I'm like, I got like 4 million views. And they're just like, oh. I'm like, you realize that's like,
a country.
yeah. Like I don't know what I said. I think I did the math on it and like think about Ralph Wilson Stadium. Multiply that by whatever number. That's how many people watch that. And then it dawned and it's like, oh.
Yeah, it's
that's
crazy.
a fucking shitload of people.
Yeah, yeah. So, congrats.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Huge. But
Billy
no,
Fusillo, huge.
that's funny though, because like I'll say shit like that to my parents too, and they're like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they don't give a single
Yeah.
fuck. They're like, "How's your 401k doing?"
Yeah, no, it's
Fuck that 401k. I
yeah,
don't need
no,
it.
but that's where I'm at in my life though. It's like a blend. I know that views and following is like important, but like maybe it's just my age or whatever. But like I also know that there's like some real life things that I
Yeah.
need to attend to.
Yeah.
That like
Yeah.
you know things that you know it's hard because I think that I really could in reality like kind of ride off into the sunset and be like, man, I can make this much money and
Mhm.
be okay as a
So,
content creator. But
random question: did you have your kid like before you went full time like creator?
no, my
No, you
son's gonna be 6. Wait.
So
Did I
you
answer
did
the
have
que-
your kid before you went
Oh,
full time.
before. Yes. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so
I asked. I
that's
answered.
and you were married before? Or
Yeah.
No?
Yep.
That's crazy. I don't know. I feel like just to like take that leap when you're married with a kid
Oh, it was. Yeah.
is a lot bigger of a
Well,
leap than
not everything happens like the way that you want it to. So I left being a chef and I bought a studio. I rent a studio and I was working with this chocolate company, and I was like, that was paying for our lives. And they called me and they said they were based in Long Island, and they called me one day and they said, we don't really want any more videos, so today's your last day. So I'm like, oh, I got fired. Okay. So God works in weird ways. And I got an email the next day, biggest brand deal I've ever had. So, and then it's just the trajectory had just continued. So,
Yeah.
I never looked. There was about a month of uncomfortability and days of panic, but it was never. I was always like, well, I can go back and be a chef or whatever. So it was like I had a safety blanket in a sense, but there wasn't ever like that big risk that I took where I was like, nope, I'm going off onto my own or whatever. So things happen to you.
Right.
So like you kind of had like that brand deal kind of set in place before you went full time in influencer.
No, I left the restaurant and I actually got a job as a social media manager for a chocolate company. And I was making
Oh,
chocolate
okay.
videos. And I was
Gotcha.
running their account, and I got and whatever the reasoning was, but I gained them in 6 months like 200,000+ followers.
Wow.
Jesus.
And
Okay.
just got a call one day. I got to that point where I was like, oh, I could maybe get an assistant. I
Right.
thought it was really successful.
Right.
And they didn't. And whatever reason, I don't really know actually what happened too much.
Yeah.
They're actually really nice people and everything. Just that didn't work for them. So, you think in your mind one thing, and people,
Weird how it works.
yeah. But 200,000 plus followers is pretty good.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
No, that's phenomenal.
Yeah. So I thought we were in pretty good shape, but it was the and you say this like cliche almost, but like it was one of the best things that's ever happened to me because I was working like 7 days a week making these videos. Like I was in the weeds, and then I just have now like cleared the whiteboard and was able to focus on my business and my brand, and now I've had more success in this last 6 months than I feel like my whole life.
That's great. Good. We're gonna have to check up in with you in like
Another 6 months.
another 6 months.
Once
He's gonna be a regular on the
Sure.
BotchPod.
Sweet.
You have to be.
I love that. I'll do it.
Just make you a host.
You can sit in between.
Yeah. We'll sit right here. We'll be like.
Just put the mic stand between your legs. Should be
Hey
funny.
guys.
That shit would be
Sweet.
funny.
You just can't get too big on us, though.
Yeah, don't get too
I mean,
big. Don't
you're
sell out
already
on us.
huge, but
You can get massive, but you still got to come on the BotchPod.
All right.
All
I'll
right.
do it, no matter what.
That's a deal. You're gonna be on Joe Rogan's podcast, and you're gonna take a flight back.
Yeah,
Right
for
on a
sure.
BotchPod.
I know for sure.
You're still working on that Joe Rogan podcast. You want that?
It'll happen. It'll happen.
Damn right it will.
It'll happen.
Then
I'll do
BotchPod.
that one for free. I'm gonna send you guys the invoice after this, but I'll do
Okay.
that one for free.
Okay,
Sounds
that,
good.
that works.
No,
I'm willing to take that
bullshit. No,
hit.
I know. I got it. I'm just kidding. Just joking.
The JRE. Anything
Good
else you want to touch on or anything?
The Knuckle Puck Classic is coming up. When this comes out, it'll be like at the same time, kind of.
yeah, the fundraising will be live.
Okay, so please support Buffalo AF, support me, support your favorite creator. Give if you can. If not, just share it, please. It's free. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me on. I do always have a good time.
Thanks for coming, dude.
Of course.
We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. And make sure you donate to me, not him.
Fair enough.
I'm joking. All right, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Otherwise, you're a big fat bitch, pussy.
I like that
That's
one
an awesome
better.
way to go out.